Young, undocumented immigrants are celebrating the Supreme Court's ruling to maintain the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, also known as DACA. But many in Texas are still anxious about an uncertain future. The High Court's decision means those immigrants, known as Dreamers, no longer face an immediate threat of deportation. But as Anna Wernicke reports, the ruling does not secure long-term protections for DACA recipients.
It's a victory to the Dreamers and to the DACA recipients and their families.
Texas Democratic Congressman Henry Cuellar says hundreds of thousands of young undocumented immigrants are safe for now, after the Supreme Court blocked the Trump administration's attempt to end the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program known as DACA.
Is this a permanent victory? No. The president can still go back and redo this termination decision again.
Cuellar says that means it's now up to Congress to permanently protect the young immigrants who arrived in the U.S. illegally as children.
The issue will be that Republicans in the Senate will not support this.
DACA recipients must have a permanent legislative solution.
Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn says he wants to protect the Dreamers, but
it's going to take buy-in from the Senate, the House, and the White House.
President Trump says he wants any immigration bill that includes DACA to also include funding for a border wall. But Democrats say the two issues should remain separate. But Texas Republican Congressman Michael McCaul says DACA and border security go hand in hand.
Because we don't want to have to continue to have another generation of DACA kids coming in.
McCaul says ultimately all eyes are on the president to make the next move. In Washington, I'm Anna Wernicke.
Thanks, Anna. Despite the Supreme Court ruling, the legal battle is not over in this case. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton plans to keep pushing in the courts to end DACA. Paxton issued a statement saying he is disappointed with the ruling. He claims the original DACA order from President Obama is unconstitutional. The AG says he looks forward to litigating that issue in a case now pending in the Southern District of Texas. State lawmakers respond to the protests sparked by the death of George Floyd.
So I want you to know that what we're doing is working and that we are being your voice and making sure that we speak up for you.
The steps they're taking now, even though the session is still months away. And later, seniors in nursing homes have been isolated for months. Now, homes in other parts of the country are beginning to welcome visitors again. We investigate what the reopening process will look like here in Texas.